Hey guys, what's going on? Haven't made a video in a while. Probably been like 6 months. Kind of took it easy there over Christmas, and then had a bunch of expenses and stuff in the new year. But um, yeah, just wanted to make a video of the stuff that I've been picking up or have picked up over the last few months. Been watching all your guys' videos still, and actually, I think it was probably um, KMN 1971 that sort of inspired me to make another video, and I'll show you why at the end. But yeah, without further ado, went into my LCS, or what I call my LCS, not really full blown comic shop, but they've got some stuff. And they have these 5 packs of random comics. And I saw this was one of the books, this Adam Legend of the Blue Marvel #3, and I was thinking, well, maybe all 5 are in there. So picked it up, opened it up. #1 was not in there, but did get #3. And #4, and also got #5, which is a low print run. So yeah, they equal out to $1 a piece. I forget what the other 2 books were in there. I think they were like, I don't know, Nightcrawler solo series or something. But either way, it was worth a shot, and I was happy to get these ones anyways. I think they still go for a few bucks each. It's no #1, but still not bad. Next few books are just some exclusives from various places. I was at a Salvation Army last week and found this Mad Max Fury Road #1. This was a Nerd Block exclusive. Found it for 75 cents. This one I got in a box, comic block box. Wonder Woman 77 and the Bionic Woman #1 variant cover. Nothing special. I just really like the Wonder Woman art here, and the movie's coming out tomorrow, so I wanted to throw a Wonder Woman issue in here somewhere. And from what I hear, the movie is supposed to be stellar, so I'm really excited about that. This one was, what was this from? Oh, this was a Fan Expo box a couple months ago that I got. So this was Champions #1, kind of a swipe to Amazing Spider-Man 328. Got Exo Man of War #1. This is a thick book. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, it's heavy. This one I was really happy to get. I don't know if you guys have been watching this show or not, but if you're not, I highly, highly recommend it. This is American Gods. This is another exclusive out of the comic block box. Yeah, really, really cool story, and the show is well, it's well done. I mean, it's got really good production value, so it's able to tell this very trippy story effectively. So yeah, like I said, I think there are like 4 or 5 episodes into the series. Check it out for sure. This was out of one of the Stan Lee boxes. This is Inhuman Special Edition #1. Just reprints Fantastic Four #46. And I can't afford that book, so this is the next best thing. This was a cool one. This was also out of that Fan Expo box. So this is a Bruce Timm Batman Adventures 12. This is the black and white Virgin cover. So if I'm not mistaken, this is a print run of, oh, here comes my cat. Print run of, I think, 500. But yeah, yeah, that's my cat. All right, see you, bud. He likes Harley. Yeah, what can I say? But yeah, I really, really dig this black and white Virgin. That's pretty cool. And then also in that box was this kind of half sketch or half black and white. I don't know. Civil War #0 with Captain Marvel there on the cover. Yeah, nice Terry Rachel Dodson cover there. And that's the perfect segue. So if you guys don't have this book yet, which I think most of you do, I think now's as good a time as any. I mean, the price has already shot up on it, but it's still affordable, and you can still find it pretty cheap. But I think that in a year or two, when we start having news roll out about the movie, this book's going to take off. So yeah, Miss Marvel #1. This is only my second slab book. It's a 8.5. Just the price was right on it. So I mean, I was looking at raw copies, and for a little bit more, I got this copy. So yeah, I think part of the reason I haven't been making videos or I haven't been picking up as many books is I'm kind of trying to go quality over quantity. I was just kind of getting a little out of hand with the dollar books and stuff like that, so it's nice to seek out specific issues. This is actually kind of neat. So I was out of town for a weekend, and I was checking out local shops, and on the classifieds there was an ad for a yard sale, and they advertised comics. And I had just the right amount of time to show up for the start of the yard sale. So I show up, and I'm like the first person there. There's nobody else there, and I walk up and I start talking to people, and I'm asking, it said you had comic books. And well, all they had was like some old graphic novels that weren't really of much interest. But they did have some toys, not a lot, but they had this, which I thought was really cool. So this is what is this? Famous Covers, Toy Biz, Carnage. It's like Amigo. I can open it up here. Whoa. So yeah, he's got like the cloth outfit, and yeah, it's previews exclusive. I was like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. So I grabbed that, and it seems to go for a few bucks on eBay. They had a bunch of others, but I wasn't really sure what they went for, and I didn't want to pick them all up. But I grabbed this guy, and it seems like that was a good call because I think he's one of the more rare ones or desirable ones. So, anyways, I just thought that was kind of neat. No comics, which was unfortunate, but that's okay. So, actually, speaking of Miss Marvel, this was kind of another one that I wanted to get along with Miss Marvel, and I put off for a little while. And then I found one, I found a bunch on eBay, but one that was being sold at a decent price. So I was going to put a bid on it, and then I noticed that, I'll just show you the book, this guy here. Noticed that the seller was that lived in my town. So I mean, I don't live in a big town by any means. Like I said, I don't even have a proper comic shop, but I got really excited, so I started looking at his other postings, and he probably had about 30 listings or so. So I messaged him, and because he had a bunch of books on my want list, I said, hey, if I make you an offer on these 13 books, do you think maybe we can meet up? And then he saves the eBay fees and the shipping and all that kind of stuff, right? So so I sent him an offer on 13 books, and he accepted, which was really cool. So this was the first one. So this is what started it off, was Nova #1. It's not mint. The corner here is a little dinged. But other than that, like, I think the spines, there's like two spine ticks, but overall not too bad. I've been talking to a few people, and it seems like the consensus is that you know, the Bronze Age is fairly quickly becoming the next Silver Age, and picking up books like this while you can is probably a good idea because it's just going to get harder and harder to get these books. I think they're just going to go up, especially when they start all making their appearances and stuff, which is inevitably going to happen. Um, you know, the villains don't seem to hold the value, but certainly the heroes seem to. So that was book number one. I got this one. Iron Man 118, first appearance of Jim Rhodes. Cool cover there. This is another one. A lot of first appearances actually in this chunk. This is Strange Tales 179. This is the first appearance of Pip the Troll. I'm pretty confident that he's going to show up somewhere in Infinity War, especially with Warlock having been teased, spoiler, at the end of Guardians 2. And I don't know, people are speculating that it's Peter Dinklage, and I don't see why not. But yeah, I mean, Marvel's not going to stop making movies. We're going to see Pip the Troll somewhere along this cosmic storyline. And then probably one of the bigger books in that chunk, Strange Tales 180, first appearance of Gamora. Yeah, I'd like to get the rest of the Guardians first appearances, but not in a big rush, and some of the prices that people are asking for them are pretty crazy. But like I said, I got a kind of a bulk deal on all these books, so it was worth getting this one for sure. And then I got some issues of Firestorm. So we had the entire first volume, issue 5, issue 4, issue 3, first appearance of Killer Frost, who I have a huge crush on in the Flash show. And I hopefully I'll get to meet her at one of these cons, maybe get her to sign it. It's funny how how heavily the popularity of books are based on shows and movies now. Like, these are the conversations we're having, all the time. It's fun though, right? Right? To spend all this money on comics? No, I don't know. And then, yeah, obviously the first appearance of Firestorm there in number 1. So there's still a few more books in that lot. Also, you guys, that reminds me, have you guys played Injustice yet? Injustice 2? It's pretty good. If you play video games, I mean, it's a really good fighting game. So yeah, Firestorm's in there, and then this is another guy that's in there. So this is Detective 474, first modern Deadshot. I've always really liked this cover. Yeah, so this is a book I've wanted for a little while. It was a little too crazy because of the Suicide Squad there for a while, but it calmed down, and then when I bulked it together, it was definitely worth getting. So this is a neat one. I don't see this one too often. This is DC Superstars of Magic Giant number 11. This is the first solo Zatanna book. So before this, she was just kind of a guest star and backup stories and that sort of thing. So this is the first time she's featured as the lead. Yeah, so, and it's kind of a cool cover. I'm such a sucker for Bronze Age art. And here's another example of first appearance kind of book to pick up now. Demon number 1, Jack Kirby. I don't know where they stand on that Justice League Dark movie. I have no idea. It sounds like it's in production sometimes, and it's not others, but I think he's a cool enough character that that he could show up in there. And actually, wasn't I think he was in the animated Justice League Dark too. So kind of I don't want to say a sleeper book, but I mean you can get it pretty cheap. So like I said, I think these are the kinds of books that you need to pick up now while you still can. And then the last book in that lot was All Star Comics number 58, first appearance of Power Girl. So super happy to get this one. I've wanted it for a while. So yeah, Power Girl's become pretty popular. So I could see this book going up a bit more as well. Again, this one's not perfect. The edges are a little funky, but it's not a huge deal to me. As long as the book presents well, I'm happy with it. And then I've got one more book. So yeah, Comin 1971 posted a video recently, and he was showing off his Spider-Man #1 signed by Stan Lee. And when I went to Fan Expo last year, my biggest regret was not getting the Stan Lee autograph. It was just, it basically came down to me either waiting in line or going to see him at the Q&A. And just given the wait time and the line and the price, I just wanted to, the Q&A sounded more appealing at the time. So I didn't get the autograph that I wanted. So I was on the hunt after Christmas there for a while. But I wanted to get a significant enough book, because I mean I'm not going to seek out all kinds of Stan Lee signatures. It had to be something kind of special. But some of the prices are just absolutely insane. But I came across one, and this is kind of a grail book for me. I'm probably never going to own an ASM 1 or Amazing Fantasy 15, but this is probably the next best one for me. Everyone's got a copy of this for the most part. Amazing Spider-Man 300, first appearance of Venom, and it was awesome because I got this actually like a couple weeks before they started talking about the Venom movie, and then what was the last week they announced Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. So honestly, when they announced the Venom movie, I was kind of like without Spider-Man, what is Venom? But as soon as they said Tom Hardy, that changed everything for me. That guy is phenomenal. He's one of the, I think, best modern actors out there. And if anybody can make a solo Venom movie a success, I think it's him. And then they got the director of Zombieland, which was a great movie too. So I have all kinds of hope actually now for the Venom movie. So yeah. People were kind of saying, oh, you should get a book signed by Stan Lee that he actually was involved in, like an old Silver Age ASM or something. But I don't know. For me, as long as it's a Stan Lee character, a Stan Lee book, a Marvel book, I think it's still significant. This is a significant book for me. Like I said, this is a grail book for me. Arguably my favorite Spider-Man artist, my favorite character. Venom is my second favorite character, and then it's signed by Stan Lee. I mean, it's only a 7.0, but it presents really well, and the price was right on it. I think I spent just over $200 on it. But then you look at a Stan Lee signed ASM 300 on eBay, and I think 200 was a pretty good deal. So yeah, super happy to own this one. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just like I said, I wanted to make a video for a little while now. I'm not collecting as much, but I'm still collecting. I'm still watching you guys' videos.